Hey everybody, welcome back to Kind of Wormholes. We are actually making progress in the red worm, which is fantastic. I did one of the puzzles that I was stuck on last time. One of them's still left, but I'm now a little bit more confident with going back to it. Because it turned out it turned out I was just being distracted by mechanics that weren't relevant. But then, that was part of the distraction, but then I was also just being silly. So it's a mix of both. I take some responsibility. Or I take all the responsibility, I don't know. Let's go do this one. Okay. So I guess the wormholes that we're throwing are pellets like that, but that because it's the same as the rings that you get when you become a single worm around another worm. But we're not around another worm. So explain that, huh? How does that work? Anyway, I don't have any choices at the beginning. In a too long thing in there. I have zero choices at this point. You're going in the floor, right? Oh, can we push you along? Oh, we totally can push you along. We can totally do something weird, can't we? Oh, I could totally see it. I just don't quite see it. Maybe there, and then... No, because then you don't hit the thing. It's totally a thing that could happen. I make an L shape. Yes, look at that, that's so cool! That's one of those things that, is such a natural consequence of everything we'd be doing, but I just did not think about it before, the level was presented to me where I clearly had to do it. That is fantastic. Love it. So I guess I have to keep doing that in some way, which is going to be a case of making the same kind of shape but in a different place. So probably actually one to the left. We probably want to offset the parity by 1 and do something like this. Nope. The other way around, although I can't do it the other way around, I don't think. Okay, so maybe actually we offset the parity by 2, but we get on it a different way. Although I can't get onto you either, can I? But you need to be near this. Ah, but I could just switch sides, right? That is the thing. I can do this. Actually, I'm not sure which side I was on. I guess I was on that side, because that's what I was doing before. So, yes, okay. Then, we can keep doing it from here on this side. Nope. On this side? Yes, okay, cool. Is that enough for me to get over? I love this. This is great. That is enough for me to get over. This is fantastic. Love it. Amazing. I should get on this like this. Fantastic. That's a real good one. So wait, hold on. Wait, so I did this, but this did not involve rotating through the floor. So levels are kind of clustered near each other if they're related, but they're not always. This one feels a little odd. I'm not quite sure what it how it relates to the puzzles around it. Maybe it relates more to the puzzles before. Because all I really did was a rotation. I say that it took me a long time to find it. All I had to do was a rotation. It took me a long time to find it, but yeah. Anyway. Okay, so in here that looks like there might be 2. There's another one at the top. No, it's just the 2. Okay. Let's see what happens here then. No fences. Fences terrify me because then I have to start thinking about actually it's not the fences, it's just any rotation. Rotations are hard to visualize. Okay, I got a super long snake. I got a 2. Oh gosh, it's got to get over there. Yeah, now I'm concerned. Now I am concerned. Is this one where I want to drop off the 2 using my tail? Although I don't think I could do that, right? Because the 2 will always be against the wall to get on it, and then I can't go past it. Like I can't get on the 2 and off the other end, so it can't be in my tail to drop off elsewhere. Okay. And the same is actually true with this one. Yeah, it is. In fact, I can't even get on that one because of its shape. Both ends point in the same direction. Okay, this is quite limiting actually. And this can't push over to there. Oh, I mean, obviously I can get on this one, but on this side only. Like it could involve more rotating through the ground, maybe. Like rotating in the void. I nudged that over. Wonderful. Of course, I can get this very close to the end, like this. There is that gap there, which is extremely suspicious, but... Well, I suppose what? Could I end up in a situation where what? Where I have... Okay, if you're rotated over, which I can't do from there, I can do it from here, I guess. Yeah. Like I can kind of get close to something simply by having you get you out of the way. Go over here. But you being here. Like obviously this isn't the thing. But like then you stop you from falling, and if I could just go around that gap at the back, I'd be able to go there. It's not exactly that, but maybe that does end up going there, and I like am somehow rolling on you. I could see this working. Hold on. Can I? No. Really? Am I the same length as that thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm 7. So in theory I could have that entire thing in me and then also be on this. What I'm wondering is if it's possible for me to kind of roll rightwards with the 2 inside me and then back out through this gap, like with my butt going that way, and then push it south. Right now I could not because like I would want to roll you on this row, but I can't. Well, I can if I put you over here, but then I back out the wrong way. But still, I back out the wrong way. I can't get around that wall at the end either. It's definitely way too far. Yeah. However, if you were somehow like pushed up against this, I could get on you. In fact, if you were down against this one, thing is I can't be like one straight snake. Go back there. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? This? Sure. Like if I could just go along now, I'd be good, right? Oh, wait. So yeah, the problem is that you are here. Is there some way to deal with that? I can't rotate on this in this position, except with when I'm like also on that thing. Go back a bit. Then I can, but at that point I can only rotate that much. Like, what if that's the kind of thing I want to do, just in a different position? I just can't quite see how this ends up working out, but maybe it doesn't. Well, yeah, because I can't rotate that way. Rotate that direction. Yeah, so I can't rotate to the right because I'm too long. And if I was bending out in any direction, oh no, not if I was bending out in any direction. If I was, like if I was bending in like my middle so that I'm rotating through the void, I could be okay. Like this kind of shape, but that requires getting over there as well. However, maybe that's doable. Because like when you were the other way around, which you started off as, can I do like this? But I'm like not far enough over. It's definitely a fun idea, isn't it? Because I'm the right length and I could just keep rotating. That's like the only position I can do that. If I go the other way, then I can't rotate at all. It's definitely a fun idea. Is there some way it could work? Is it at all possible to end up with something like 90-degree rotated, like in the void and also sticking up? Like it's not, right? I guess that's at the very least being blocked by me. Like, yeah, I can't end up like in there. If I could like wedge this in a really weird way. Oh, this is definitely the right kind of idea. Right? Like, I'm like, it's like almost too perfect, but it's not perfect at all. But I'd have to do it like way further over. Like here, basically. But I can't. I guess there'd also need to be more reason for that to be the shape it is. Like it's like a weird hook shape, but why? It's super weird how the end of the worm wiggles like that. Sure, I can get on all of them. Oh, it feels so good to like rotate like that, but I can't do it far enough to the right. How would that work? Like I can't put that bend in my tail if it's not already there. No other kind of shape works. I can't make myself shorter. There's no fences. There's no cutting that's going to happen. It's just these two things. I need to roll over there and I need to let it go there. I do feel like this is the right kind of thing to be thinking about. Just like how to do it. I need something to push against in this position. Like, the other shape doesn't matter as long as I can push against it. I guess what I want to do is experiment more with rotating with this. But what kind of experiments do I want to do? Like, there's definitely no 90-degree rotations as far as I can tell, unless there's some circumstance in which it works. Let's just try you in different positions though. Well, that's the only position I can have you in. This one, I guess? Maybe if I don't curve that way. I mean, I'm not on the ground. Oh, look at that rotation, that's weird. There. Let's do that from here, I guess? Well, I guess you're in the way, but I still think it's a rotation I can't do, right? So no, I can do that rotation, of course. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's very fun. Okay. Switch which bit of this I'm on. Okay, I've done it. I just had to experiment. So it's this, roll here, go on this bit, roll, to this bit, roll. That's fantastic. I've not done that. I feel like I've misaligned it or something. I've misaligned it. What do I do instead? Hold on. Maybe the same thing, but not all the way out as far as it was, like that. Yeah? So roll on this one first, then this one. No, it must have been close. Okay, maybe I need to flip it. Like, that's definitely the mechanism I'm using. I'm just not quite sure what the... I guess I could figure it out. But okay, what I guess I'm doing is flipping you first. That's often the kind of thing that would be required. How do I do that? Not like this. Almost. Flip you first. Okay. Oh gosh. I had to put it in the one place that it can't go right. Okay. Off we get. It's going to be like here or... I guess it has to be here. This is the only position we've got now. So you flip. Flip. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. It has to be. It's the only other position. Yes? Yes? Yay! I got it. Whew, that was slightly terrifying looking, but if I put myself to it, I can do it. Alright. Another one. Oh, this world is tricky, for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is all I need. I mean, I guess it's you. You are the right shape. Oh no, you're not the right shape. Okay, you're the right shape, but you're flips. Got it. So it's how do we flip you? Can I even get to your middle bit? On the other end I could, right? But it's yet another, it bends both ways, therefore... So it's interesting actually, like, I wonder if you can bend through the goal, like the hole that I'm above right now. Could I rotate through that if we weren't thick? Is it possible? Maybe. However, there's that hole there, so that's probably what we're rotating through, right? Is it? It's just a case of me putting like this down here. Doing this. Ooh, doesn't quite work. Why not? Because of the, like, floor being there, the 90-degree rotation, I guess? So it's almost like I want that and you to be one higher, but that's not possible. Is it possible? Like, yeah, in that position, basically. but then we're not above the hole. I don't think we could be, right? Except we're going to do something like that and then flip. In fact, I'm done. Oh, I'm not quite done. Hold on, hold on. But maybe I can be if I just now find a place to... Oh gosh, this is mean, isn't it? I just have to do it on, like, on the other side. Flip back that way. Like this, I think. Then I think I'm done. But I can't get off again. I just need somewhere where I can do that, and I'm pretty sure this is over. Like here, maybe, with you down in that space. Let's get you upwards. You down here. Oh gosh, not there. There? Let me just like push you out of the way later. Can you rotate? You can. We can get you out of the way. And get you there, and we're done. That was much easier. That was so much easier than the others. But then I guess it's because I know what I'm looking for now. Like I know the kinds of puzzles these are. Alright, so there's one left over in red. That I could go back to, but I think I want to just like go explore. Let's just go explore, see what happens. And like this will let me see more screens, right? The back of red. So should we do that first? What was the whole thing about worms decaying when then like it said like over time worms decay? Okay, and I've got 11 things here, so it's quite a lot of movement. Okay, I just want to go see what the thing looks like. Screen. Tell me something, screen. Oh no, I've already seen that. Haven't I? Oh no, I haven't seen this one. I've seen a screen like that. Oh, the one on the right. This is a new one, isn't it? In fact, it should be written down on my whiteboard. It is, and it's different. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's write down a new thing. See what we get. It might just be how to get to the next worm. In which case I think I've like already figured out a way there, but let's see what happens. So in blue, we do up, 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 right, 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 right. Actually can't visualize where that would take me. In other blue, cyan, which I'll use black for, I guess. Up, left, 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 up, 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 left, 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 up, up, up. Okay. And then pink, which I'll use purple for, or red? I'll use red. Up, up, left, down, down. Left, down, right. Right, right, down, down. Okay. Off we go. And let's just like reset, I guess. Okay, in blue, switch thing. Up, 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 right, 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 right. Okay, we're at cyan. I think this is basically just going to make me do what I've already done. Up, left, 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 up, 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 up. Left, 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 up, up, up. Well, maybe not. It's going to do something else. Oh yeah, because it involves pink. Up, up. Ooh, ooh, sneaky. Just like immediately backtracking. Left, down, down. Oh, but I need way more pink. Okay, hold on. So if I just undo back to where I was, and thank goodness I can undo through a restart in the meta puzzle. Can I not just... I mean, I can easily get pink to that other one now. So that must be about getting somewhere else. I'll leave it on my whiteboard for now. But hopefully I didn't need the other one. I already used the other one, right? I guess I'll write it down again if I need it. I can easily get... Oh gosh. Okay. Well, that's not even going to connect anyway, is it? Uh-oh. Maybe this isn't as easy as I expected. Yeah, this door is in a particular position that would only connect to a place that I don't think I can get it to connect to without extending pink already. Maybe we've got to go do some pink stuff. How much blue do I have left? 2. Yeah, maybe this is only doable that way. Unless I can get back to... Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Let's try that then. Let's change that, okay. Maybe this is not doable. Okay, I think we have to go do some pink stuff, right? Or maybe go figure out some meta stuff somewhere. I also kind of want to know what happens if I... Like, is my goal just to... Yeah, I think my goal is to get rid of all the worms by pushing them into this thing. So when I restarted, was it that was causing this to disappear? Oh yeah, and I was confused. Okay. Okay, in fact, hold on. If I stretch out like that and go like that... Yeah, okay, that's exactly what's happening. I thought this was falling in a hole in the ground, the ground just wasn't visible or something, but it was because of the star. It was hitting the star and disappearing. Okay. So this could, I think maybe the end goal is to destroy all of these, which would require, like, them all pushing each other in a certain way, and then the last one being able to move there itself, I guess. Okay, let's get to pink. So what did following the instructions do? Is that these instructions? No. Okay, because I undid them, right? So let's do them again. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Hope you like my incredible commentary. Okay, well, so we're at pink. Let's go do some more pink levels, and then we'll have more stuff to work with. Got it? Okay. Let's get another one of these done. Well, okay. Well, how difficult is it to get you done? Well, you go nowhere. So you aren't one in that puzzle. However, you could take me to a different puzzle, which I could solve. Like, I've never solved this one, right? Okay, so let's just connect those, which I think I did from the first entrance. I think it was just a case of leaving you. Okay, so I lose that. Just remember how to do that afterwards. It's just a case of leaving you there, right? Then we get in this. Still thinking back to that one where I was trying to get all the pellets onto the things. Wait, but pellets are snakes. Pellets can grow snakes. There's no fence in that maze one, right? That I did before. I don't think so. Anyway, what am I doing? This, okay. And then just seeing if I can solve this puzzle. I think I went into it before and then was like, oh my gosh, this is getting too meta. Okay, so we need to get like you over there. There is a secondary entrance here. But I don't think that one's going to get in the way of doing this, right? Like, so I guess my main problem is that this is flipped. We do have a fence as well. In fact, hold on, if I pushed you onto that fence, just like this, I'd have the right shape, right? Yes. Oh, but I've dropped a thing in there. Okay, so like this. If only I could get that away from the wall. Exit stage. What? Do I want to? Why are you telling me to do that? Are you telling me to exit? Are you telling me that I can't do it from here? Or what? Wait, there are two entrances. Oh, in fact, that's why I could come in on that one. So maybe this is just a bad entrance? Is that what you're telling me there? And there is an entrance into this one there? How would I ever roll into that? It's just like a wall here. I guess by curving things? Okay. I still don't quite get how things reshape. I see there is like a semicircle there. That's probably the bit that rotates. But how to understand that? So the room behind me I want to be curved. Which it now is. Don't change. Okay, so that was this one. Well, still, that faces that way. But if we rotated the other way, it would point... It would just point to the wall still. It just wouldn't matter, right? Where am I looking? Everything's flipped around. I can't tell where I am anymore. This one... Yeah, it's the same. But this is pointing to the wall. What would make it not point to a wall? Like, I almost expect that turning the other way would not point to the wall, because this would rotate around, right? And so that would... Like, the thing here would point at, like, one of these, maybe? But it didn't? Hold on. Why did it not? Don't flip over. Do that. Alright. Oh no, it does point in that way. Okay, hold on. Points over here now. Oh, to this one. I see. Okay, that's what I needed. Alright, so now I can solve this. Like, pretty simply. Actually, no, that's not true, is it? Except maybe I do it with this one. Because from here, I can probably pull you back. Can I? With this size snake? No, I cannot. Can I get you out of the way or something? You're kind of stuck where you are, aren't you? Then why wouldn't you be a wall? Okay. I definitely can't get on that, right? Like, I can't just go into that because I'd have to be like a... I have to go into the space that I can't be in. Okay, how am I doing this? There is a fence there as well. I don't think I'm using that. So I gotta cut this and get it back. Oh gosh, not good. Unless it is... No, okay, so that freezes my movements. Okay. Problem is I cannot do this. I can do that. Okay, maybe that's the start. That's the start. There we go. Back up. Go that way. Yay! So these puzzles are all about just figuring out, like, what on earth does it even want me to do? Like, where does it want me to come in, and what am I doing? So the other exits there don't go anywhere. So that's fine, just as is. Alright, so I at least now have more movements. I still haven't solved this one, apparently? No, I have solved that one. It's this one I haven't solved. And that currently goes into that room. I mean, I must be able to solve that from that snake. Because, yeah, the way this rotates, it is about the semicircle. It's the semicircle bit that rotates. And so I'm always going to be entering there. So this is solvable from that snake somehow. Unless I'm supposed to connect elsewhere? I don't think I can. So, okay, so you're telling me this is solvable from here, I think. That is never going to flip. Could I grow? Because then it could flip. Like if I could eat a pellet somewhere. This will drop a pellet in the thing, won't it? Yeah. I can flip this like that way, but that doesn't change the shape in any way. I can do... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Why does that other worm exist? I guess it's another entrance that I haven't used. This gets me a pellet that falls into the floor, but maybe I can get another one. With this length I can't really like do anything. Okay, other ideas. I guess I could... No, I can't. I was going to say I could rotate this to land on that other fence on the right. But I'd have to have it spaced to the left, which it can't be in. Yeah, that's not possible. I can cut this one in some way that could help somehow. Can't get that to go left. I mean, I could take it around the other way though. Push this out of the way first. So I can do that, or I can do this. I'm not sure I'll be able to recover any of this. But the one on the right, the worm on the right, the swirly one, is pretty stuck now, isn't it? I think so. I'm sure I can get on you, but I can't really do anything with you. Okay, what do I do? There's some way of solving this from here, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm just connecting two other things. Is that possible? Is that possible? I don't think they're not the lengths of worm that I've got. I think it's too far away. I think I'm just solving this somehow. If I could extend by one, I could rotate you. Okay, so let's just extend by one. That's all I need. Oh, maybe I can do it by first pushing you south here. But I don't think I can pull you back, can I? Oh, in fact, I can put you there. Okay, let's flip you. I haven't flipped you yet, have I? Okay, so let's actually push you that way. Oh. Okay, let's push you the other way. Lift you up. I can't. Unless I put the other one on the floor. Okay, that's possible. Like maybe we're just sacrificing one of them. Not like that. Like this. We just sacrifice one and we use it to help grow. Okay, this feels good. Grow by 3. Or just flip this now. Yes. Somehow. Oh no, it's already the right way around. It's already the right way around. I didn't need to do anything. Okay. Let's think of it as the other one. Okay, we've got another one. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're making progress in pink now. Awesome. It's become less daunting. There's still that dot flashing over in red as well that I need to get to. There's still one in here. Just like figuring out what the puzzle is that I'm even supposed to be going to. That one, which currently doesn't have a worm. I guess I'm connecting it to a different one. Wait, I don't think I've ever even been in that. So like like presumably I will go in here at some point and connect to that worm, and that will be a puzzle. But where is the hexagon for that? There has to be a white hexagon that needs to be solved, right? I guess it's gonna come through like when we're stretched back out. Actually, I think I've been in there maybe. But where did it come from? These are all already red. Maybe there are some that you solve twice and you don't get an extra sigil thing? Okay, and we have access to this where we can solve some more. And I think by now we probably have access to the next room as well. Yeah, just. Okay, alright. See you next time, folks. We will keep working on this pink snake worm thing. Just untangling the weird meta mess that this is. And I know absolutely what's going to be happening. There's a meta mess to unravel across like all 6 snakes. I was like trying to do it earlier, trying to follow where everything was, but I didn't know enough. However, I think it also involves the big hexes. So that's the big question, I guess, about the meta is like, how do those big hexagons come into play? Like, do I need to power something, or I don't know, or is there just some part of the game where suddenly that becomes available? I kind of hope it's not just that you get to a certain checkpoint and then suddenly they're available. I would prefer like, oh my gosh, I could have done this all along, because that's how most of the game has been. But who knows? I mean, and there has been enough, oh my god, I could have done this all along. So it doesn't have to do that. It would fit nicely if it did. Anyway, yeah, we'll continue next time. Alright, see you then, folks. Goodbye.